everyone, thanks again for tuning into Sin's Workshop. Hope you're having a great day. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about White Fox by Sarah Faring. This is the second book of Sarah Faring's that I've read. I think it's the second one that she's published. Her first book, The 10th Girl, I wasn't a fan of. I initially liked it, but then I feel like it took like a weird left turn that didn't make any sense. But the opposite happens with this novel. I really did enjoy it. So the novel follows two sisters who, they have kind of weird names. so not even I'm not even gonna. I had them written down, and not, it's not happening. I'm not saying them. But they're two daughters of a superstar of this remote island, and I think it's really interesting. Back 10 years ago when they were kids, their mother went missing, and the novel opens up with them going to a fortune teller, and one of them comes to terms with the fact that, oh, she's alive. The other one's just like, no, she's dead. So it really does create this bridge between these two sisters, and I think that's where a lot of the tension in the story comes from, the dynamic between these two sisters, because the story is splitting between their perspectives, and they are two very completely different person. You've got the superstar model who pretty much lives on social media, making a name for herself, being pretty, and the daughter of a famous celebrity who went missing. And then you have her sister, her older sister, who is more down to earth. She's more grounded. She's pretty, but she doesn't like to flaunt it. She's perfectly content to be ordinary. When I think of her, I think of myself. You're pretty, but average as well. And I think that's why I connected with the older sister a little bit more than the younger sister. God, the younger sister was just really annoying sometimes. I couldn't stand her, and I think that's why I can't give this book more stars than what I'm going to give it, because she's just so bratty sometimes. She's so stuck in dreamland. And there's nothing wrong with being stuck in dreamland. It's like, you have to see the reality of some situations. Like, you can't just be blind to everything. And once again, that's how the sisters are kind of separated. You have the one who's really grounded, who doesn't allow herself any, flights of fancy. And then you have this sister who just lives in fantasy land. She lives for the stardom. There is a lot of strife between these two sisters. And there's this one scene that I remember where they're kind of just throwing it in each other's faces. It's just like, well, I'm the one with all the money. How do you think you can afford college? And, the older sister's just like, well, I don't really need you for that. Like, this is like your choice. Like, don't pretend it had anything to do with helping me pay for college, kind of thing. It was a really intense scene. You really did get to see just how different these two sisters are. You get to see how different they are throughout the entire novel. But I think that point was really the turning point of who they are. Now, I like I said, I connected way more with the older sister. I think she was more grounded, more realistic, more down to earth, whereas the other one was just really bratty. I really couldn't stand her at times. She does grow. Don't get me wrong. She does grow. She does develop. That is true. I wanted more from her, something for me to connect to with her. Maybe she's not supposed to be wholly unlikable. She's just very childlike for her age, living flights of fancy, on Instagram, movie star. I think she needed the touch of realism that her sister offers her, and is very resentful for that, because she likes to be in dreamland. She likes to live in dreamland, and I think that that's what really pushes her over the edge. But anyway, the story is as much about them as it is about their missing mother. They are finding pieces of their mother's missing manuscript. And the script was a mystery, it was a script for a movie she wanted to make. Now, it's not a, if it had been made into a movie in the book, I feel like it would have flopped. It's really weird, but I liked it. I don't know. I think I enjoyed reading it more than I think I would watching it, and the whole reason is because they're trying to solve a mystery. The mystery is what happened to their mother. That is the mystery. Okay, so what happened to their mother? We do not know. We have no idea what happened to their mother. We are on this journey as much as they are, and I really do think that that's good. And the snippets of the script, and if they break up the story, I'm pretty sure the manuscript is 5 parts. So the book is 5 parts. And each part highlights Muriel Fox, their mother, and the script is called White Fox. It highlights her relationship with the people in her life. All of them. Her agent, her husband's brother, her husband's co-worker, this strange man she meets. It really does highlight her relationship with all these figures. So there are lots of red herrings in the story. Ultimately, at the end, I didn't see that coming. I had no idea. Totally caught me off guard. That's why I liked it. I think I've said this before. If an author catches me off guard, because I read a lot, I'm thoroughly impressed. I really didn't see that ending coming. I thought it was really well done. I thought it was compelling as far as the narrative goes. But, like I said, it failed with that younger daughter. She just annoyed the crap out of me. But anyway, I love the interludes, I think, the most out of this entire novel. Like I said, it's weird. The script is weird. Her relationship with men is weird and uncomfortable. Every man is trying to turn her into something else. And I think she realizes, and she does, in the script she does realize that she doesn't need these men to tell her who she is, to warp her into something different. All she needs is her daughters, the love of her daughters, and she'll be happy. That's what was really well done, and I love that the novel ends on that kind of hopeful note. It really does help these two sisters who've been they were so close, and then forgot where I feel like they were supposed to be. I don't know. It's been a while since I read this book, but anyway, I like to think of one as the older sister, one as the younger sister, just because that's how I feel. But you get to see, here they are, joined at the hip until their mother's disappearance, and then they are kind of like, ooh, and then there's the mother's, they solve it, and they're instantly brought back together. The script brings them together. It really just highlights something about their relationship and about the importance of family and how you shouldn't change who you are to fit the ideas of other people. And I really do like that message that it ends on. I really do think it was thought-provoking. I do think it was compelling. Sorry, I'm blinking too much. I'm wearing my old prescription because my son broke my glass. It's okay. But, I'm starting to, I can still see, but I have to blink a lot. I feel like it's starting to strain my eyes. But I do think that it has a good message to it. I do enjoy that message as far as the story goes. So this is White Fox by Sarah Faring. I'm going to go ahead and give it 3.5. Not quite 4. I think there are a lot of elements to it that could have been fleshed out a little bit more. As far as the story goes, once again, the most interesting parts of the story to me were the interludes and that ending. That high stakes, high tension ending was spectacular. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Um, but that's just me. 3.5 stars for White Fox by Sarah Farron. If you want to go ahead and purchase the book, I recommend purchasing it off of bookshop.org. I will include a link in the description below. Percentage of all proceeds do go to supporting local booksellers, which do really need our help in this, pandemic. If money's tight, which, trust me, pandemic, I understand, check out this book from your local library. Libraries are a great resource for the community and definitely deserve all the support we can give them. And, please don't forget to support me by liking this liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and sharing it with all your book-loving friends. I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and as always, happy reading.